All right, so full disclosure, when I was getting dressed to shoot this vlog today, the first thing that I went to go grab was either my neighborhood hoodie or my neighborhood coach's jacket, because those are like two of my favorite, simple items that I could, pull out of my closet. They're black. I can throw it on with like my neighborhood beanie or like one of my neighborhood t-shirts or something, and it always works out well. I think because it's so simple. Like I don't know, I guess it's kind of like factory reset when I get up, get out the shower, and I get ready to throw something on. That's just kind of what I reach for. But I knew that if I did, that my buddy V was gonna probably troll me a little bit for wearing it, because he loves to bother me when I wear those like those couple items that I really, really like. But I mean, they're so cozy and they're warm, and it's been kind of cold out lately. And like I said, it's black. It's so simple. Everything, works out so well. So I didn't do it today. Today I decided to wear J. Crew. So I win. Anyway, we got a lot of really cool stuff to talk about that's happened this week. I got a lot of work done on the Silver 73, so I'm really excited about that. I think I finally resolved the carburetor issue. I don't know if you watched the vlog last week, but last week I discussed the fact that I had purchased a set of triple Webers for my car, and I got them from a guy who was kind of dishonest. He was a little bit of a used car salesman. So he swapped out a few things and made my task a little bit more difficult than it had to be, because I didn't know that the things were swapped out. So I've spent the last week or so just kind of figuring out, what needed to be done, so that way I could get all the linkages to properly work, get the all the linkage arms, the rods, and everything like that to align properly with my car. And just honestly, it's just some stuff that I had to do to get the car working properly. I don't mind doing it, but just sometimes when you want to do extra work, you wish you knew you had to do the extra work. I was looking for something that I could bolt on and go, but yeah, it just didn't work out that way. But I mean, it's fine. Like I said, I have a skill set that allows me to, have things like that and fix it. So I mean, it's all good. So the other day I was flying my drone down in like downtown Long Beach area, and I was right near Pine and like Ocean, right where those meet, because there's an artist, his Instagram handle I believe is Blue the Great, or Blue the Great. He has an installation that he's had, this mural painted on this wall on Pine for, I think it's been there since like 2017, and it's always been like one of my favorite walls that we've had down. But I got a little bit of information that it might be coming down soon, so I wanted to make sure that I was able to document that and get that filmed. So I did. I went down there, I shot that, and because I was down there and it was early in the morning, I felt like I should just take the drone with me, get a little bit of a B-roll and just flight views. So I did that. I flew around for a few minutes, and it was crazy because the second that I went to go put my drone away, like the cops drove by, and she had the SUV, she was making the noise, whoop, 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 like all that cool stuff. So like everything was put away at this point. So I'm just like standing in my car. I'm actually texting with my friend Reese, and I'm looking at her, and she looks at me, and I don't know if she was looking because maybe somebody reported somebody flying a drone, like I don't know, but like luckily everything was already down and put away in the car, because usually if I fly, I only fly for like a few minutes. I get exact shots that I want to get, and then I put everything away, because I don't know, it just seems like you can't fly a drone anywhere anymore, right? Like it didn't say I couldn't fly it there, and usually DJI, like their products, they're pretty good about being like, oh, you can't fly here, right? So usually when it says that, I'm like, okay, cool, and I go somewhere else. But it didn't say that I couldn't fly there, but I just thought it would be cool to get a little bit of like the imagery from where the Grand Prix was supposed to be. So on that little backstretch where it comes right up there near like CPK, and they hit that right-hand corner around the convention center, I just wanted to like get that little straightaway right there. And I got that kind of all the way out with the shot of like the Queen Mary in the back, and it was just really cool. It was a cool shot. So I was just like, man, like I wonder if somebody like called the police because I was outside flying a drone. And then what I thought it might be even more funny or ironic is the fact that somebody possibly called the police on me for flying my drone, but it was one of the people that were out standing right next to someone jogging. Wow, so if we were talking social distancing and that was what you were calling about, I still think I win because I was in a vacant parking lot by myself with a remote control, staying away from everyone, and they were jogging and sweating on each other. Yeah, I win. So the other day, I was messing around with the triple Webers that I had picked up, and I know I told you guys about the intake manifold being swapped out, so it wasn't the stock manifold that comes with, you know, the Weber setup. So all the linkages and everything that I had ordered, nothing lined up, nothing worked, right? So, you know, of course, you know, we had to hit up McMaster-Carr, we had to hit up, you know, all the hardware stores and just start, you know, doing everything, you know, between them, Summit, like, you know, just utilizing every resource possible to try to make this setup work for my car. And like I said, I've finally gotten it all sorted out. But another issue that I was running into, like when I was working with the triples, is so it has where the linkage goes, it has a bolt and a lock washer up top, and it has the same, like, you know, bolt, a lock nut and washer, you know, at the bottom. So when I was just, you know, going through and making sure that everything was working properly, you know, I went on the middle one and I went to press down on the linkage and the arm, and I'm like, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, what is that noise? The bolt that was on the inside near the housing, it was smacking the side of the housing. And I'm just like, wow, how does this even work? And then I thought about it. I was like, okay, with the other setup, these linkages and linkage arms actually would be on the opposite side. So it wouldn't have that little, you know, section that, you know, that kind of bulges out a little bit. So it wouldn't be hitting anything. So that was problem number one. Problem number two was I realized that the linkages that came with it weren't the type that snap on like they had on the other side. So I couldn't even switch it to be able to do it. So what I ended up doing is I found, you know, just like the bolts with the flat back, just the Allen type, and I used that and locked that on with the lock washer and nut on the other side, so that way it would be flat, and I kid you not, like it missed it by a hair. Luckily it worked. Luckily, you know, I was able to get that resolved, but that was just another one of those really, really annoying things that, you know, you're sitting here, you're messing with a car, you're like, okay, I know that I picked up the proper stuff, right? I had the conversation with the guy and he's like, oh yeah, just buy the linkage kit, everything will work. But yeah, it was just more BS that I ran into. And I don't know if, you know, this is the reason why he sold them, because with the setup that he had, maybe he got them like this and didn't swap them. And it's possible that maybe he just did not have, you know, like I said, the skill set or whatever to finesse it and make everything work properly and look beautiful. Like, but I don't know, it was just so annoying. Like, it's one of those things that I honestly just wish he would have just told me from the jump. I probably still would have purchased them anyway, but I just, sometimes when you have to do this amount of work, you just wish you knew from the jump, so that way you can get stuff done. But it's all good. You know, I'm gonna try my best to stay away from used car salesmen like that, and, you know, try to just deal with the pros. But yeah, man, that is the last thing that I had to do with the triple setup. So now I'm just installing the heat shield and, you know, just all the little small tidbits so that way I could get it on the car, and, you know, that should be that. So last night I was like organizing files and, you know, just putting stuff on my computer and just trying to make you know, make everything come together the way that I want it to come together and appear in the folders on my hard drive. So I was transferring all the data, clearing off all my SD cards and stuff like that. And I got down to my last SD card. And I remember when I was out earlier that day flying my drone, when I put it in, it wasn't recognizing by the drone. And then when I put it in my camera to see if I could try to reformat it since I was out, it wasn't recognizing in there either. So what I did was I set that one to the side and I was like, okay, cool. When I get home, I'll do whatever I have to do. I'll figure out whatever's going on with it, whatever, I'll fix it. So I got home and I got, you know, I was transferring my data off of all the flash drives and SD cards and everything that I have. And I got to the last card, which was this one that I had set aside. And I took it and I went to put it into my, my little transfer stick. And I kid you not, I don't know if, you know, these quarantine workouts, you know what I mean, have been like, yeah, but let me tell you, these two fingers, I went to put it into the transfer stick, that thing cracked in half. Yeah. Luckily, it wasn't like one of my really expensive ones. Otherwise, I would have been like highly upset. But, yeah, these two, snap, yeah, I've been doing those push-up challenges and all that stuff. So I just want to thank you guys for, you know, getting your boy yoked, you know, because apparently I've been working out and it's starting to show. It's crazy to go outside right now because it seems like the world is at a bit of a standstill, like someone overseeing everything in a sense kind of hit the pause button. But I guess one of the things that I want to share with like my friends and, you know, people that, you know, follow me or pay any attention to anything that I say and take anything to heart is somebody might have pressed the pause button for right now, but I hope you're taking this time to develop yourself, develop a skill that you've been wanting to learn, build your content if that's what you're working on, build yourself, both, you know, mentally, physically, whatever that may be. Just be prepared because when they hit play, it's go time. And I would hate to see you left behind. When everybody starts running, don't be that person that got stuck on pause.